Joseph Laskowski is fussy about his dog Grant's care.
To have a personal vet who really has a vested interest in your animal as well as their own business, it's important.
Hey guys, my name's Dan. I'm a veterinarian, and today I got a video for you about corporately owned veterinary hospitals. And yes, a lot of private practices are being bought up.
So he drives hours from Calgary to Kelowna to avoid going to a corporate chain.
Well, I go with independent vets, but I've known my vet for 15 years.
Oh yeah, guys, I feel like veterinary care is a partnership between pet parents and veterinarian. Veterinarian has all the book knowledge, the surgery knowledge, the medical knowledge, but the pet parent knows their doggy and knows what they got into or exposed to, knows how they handle medicines, their behavior. It is a partnership, and you got to make sure you have a partnership with your veterinarian.
In some places, independent vets who run their own business are an endangered breed. Take Halifax, where CBC News found more than 40% are corporately owned. Not Ryan Redgrave's clinic.
Not Ryan's clinic. Nah, Ryan's a holdout. He is a holdout, my friends.
He says when vets own their own clinics, it's harder, but there are benefits to not answering to a head office.
If we've got somebody that we've worked with for a long time and we think it's fair to perhaps mark something down or not charge for something, when I've got the flexibility.
Totally true. Ryan is speaking the truth here. As a private practitioner, if I have someone I know, worked with a lot, I will, let's say we have cancer in the leg and we're doing everything possible to manage it. And then at some point we end up amputating the leg. And then maybe we do follow-up x-rays. I may adjust or make those follow-up x-rays free or included, so they're free. And that way, the pet parent has less pressure on them because they've had so many bills. And I do this because I know people, they've invested in the vet hospital, they've invested in their pet, and I want to be the person that says, like, you've done so much to support the pet, and you've trusted me with your pet. Now I want to give you something back and saying, like, I want to make this part free for you or less expensive.
In Canada, the companies VetStrategy, VCA, and NVA are the biggest corporate owners.
Oh man, let's do VCA out there. Poor VCA. Yeah, they're big. They are big. They do a good job. I know a lot of veterinarians that work through VCA. They do a good job.
None granted CBC News an interview, but in a statement, VetStrategy said there's continued demand among veterinarians to be part of a larger network, though newer vets can't always compete when companies buy clinics at big prices.
Oh yeah, guys, where I practice in Omaha, Nebraska, I'm very familiar with the private practices and the corporate practices. A lot of private practices are being bought up. They keep their same brand, their same logo, the same everything. Their doctors are the same a lot of times. And corporate entities come in and stabilize the veterinary hospital, make it more uniform. In my opinion, usually the corporate practices do a really, really good job. There are some drawbacks, but I think what they're worried about is the big corporate guys. Like sometimes, like the Banfields and the VCA can have rotating doctors all the way through, and you don't get the same person every time. It's one of those things you want to see the same person. You want that that small town feel. So that's what the private practice, the veterinary owned practice can do for you sometimes.
They come out of school with large school debt. They also want to continue their medical training.
This is true, guys. Like, it's nice to be a larger network. It gives you more support. It gives you more specialists to reach out to. You have just a bigger safety net, and that's nice sometimes. I like where I am, but I remember I was corporate. It was nice having a bigger safety net. When I got into a tight spot, couldn't figure something out, there was someone to call always, which was super nice.
So going out and buying a $2 or $3 million practice in their first 5 years out of school is pretty tough.
And there's opportunity in an industry that earns more than $9 billion a year.
And then, of course, during the pandemic, we really saw an uptick in the spending on animals and also the acquiring of new pets. So that just added fuel to the interest in corporate veterinary medicine.
Not all pet owners are worried, though.
I mean, at the end.
Yeah, I agree. You can be a bad veterinarian that does corporate work or private work, and it comes down to work with the pet parent. Just because you can comp something doesn't make you a good veterinarian, and people shouldn't be going somewhere just to get a discounted price or something. You should go to the place where you're comfortable with, and they partner with you, because if they partner with you, then that should make you more comfortable and confident that you're going to have a good outcome and good medical care.
At the day, it doesn't matter what the vet clinic is called, if it's private or a brand, it's more who the person itself is and how they treat us and our dog.